fans, welcome to Friday's One Show with the Evans.
Yes, and the Joneses here too, plus a man who is living proof there is no off button to the genius switch.
Hey. Please place your hats firmly on the side of your heads and welcome the brilliant Danny Baker.
Thank you. You can't get rid of me that quick. Back again.
All right, Danny,
Back
so
again.
Second instalment, the second instalment of Danny's autobiography is here. Now, on the back of it, on the reverse of it, there are some reviews of the first instalment to entice you to dive into the second instalment.
Encomiums they are.
And here's a couple. Here we go. Baker writes as he speaks with honesty. That's one review. And another one here says, Baker's memoir makes the alacrity and invention of his mind obvious. So 2 words there.
So honesty and invention.
Yeah.
Which is the most accurate?
I'll tell you what, it's honesty, because invention suggests like you sit there and try and pull this stuff and just try to amuse. But these are stories, as you know, I've been telling for ages, and I never understand when you pick up showbiz autobiographies, they're shallow, they look knocked off, and they're all about show business, like you have no other life. And to give you an idea, the first one, which went better than I could possibly imagine, just tried to keep it crisp, keep it moving along, and all my friends after it said, how comes you didn't put in that one when you got shot? And I thought, if I left out when I got shot, what else did I leave out? And this one starts, and I've got to say, because I've always been a writer, as you know, this one starts with the phrase, the sentence, they say you never hear the shot that kills you, so at least I knew I wasn't going to die. And if you don't want to carry on reading after that, so it is honesty, but not in that, it's not a misery memoir. I have no interest, I have no skills to do that. Most of these books you pick up these days are all about hitting you over the head, about how hard they have it. I haven't worked a day in my life.
Well, and just to point out, it was an air gun, wasn't it? It wasn't an actual.
Do you know, that's downgrading it. I'm not sure. It felt like a blunderbuss to me. And it was twice.
It was in an unfortunate place.
It what?
But
yeah. And it couldn't be more comical. And as I say, these sound like stories that if I was inventing it, that's why I shied away from that. You'd think, well, it's a good story, but it didn't happen. All of these happen. You know, I've been telling them for years. I've always husbanded this stuff, and I've always thought one day, you know, and I'm 60 in 2 years. You know, you watch me grow up on TV. I always knew I was going to think, and now this is what happened. But it is that balance between and then I met, because they're all in there. This story's about Bob Dylan and Frank Zappa and Kenneth Williams, if you like, and Frankie Howard and Mel Brooks. But the main engine of these are actually trying to balance a really, quotes, normal life with this extraordinary 35 years now, if you don't mind, in television, with all that comes with it. But you know, it's like people say, oh, you work in telly, it must be great.
Well,
It's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, but...
It's better than an air
Hang on a
bullet.
minute, Danny. We start off with the duck VT. Come on.
No, this show is an oasis of optimism.
Good, that's all right.
In an industry that otherwise... I always think the watchword of media these days is, if you're not scared, we're not doing our job. That's how it operates. I've never been like that.
Well, we're scared we're going to run out of time in a minute.
I know,
Here we go. So... Now, you sort of have to tell the truth on telly.
Yeah, I know.
That's the deal,
why?
isn't it?
I
but
know.
way back when you started doing your Vox Pops on the 6 o'clock live show, you didn't really have... Well, you could make it up sort of thing, couldn't you?
Yeah, not sort of thing. You made it up. Not all the time, but, you know, if you're not dealing with, you know, Iraq, if you're not dealing with heavy issues, just entertain the folks. We did a story once we heard about... in our office, we did the show called The 6 O'Clock Show, very similar to this vehicle.
So we heard.
We did this thing, and there was a thing about Brentford in London was supposed to have a griffin, the mythical beast, the griffin, flying around.
Right.
Well, there's a story there. So we went out to Brentford and tried to stand it up. Nobody was entertaining the idea. I said, what are you talking about? And we'd heard it in the local paper, who plainly had made it up himself. And so we thought, well, we can't go back and say we haven't found this. So we had to get people to say where they'd seen this griffin. Nobody had seen the griffin, so I said, well, put the camera on this side of the road and film me over there. And I went up to people and with my microphone off said, excuse me, where is Brentford Football Ground? And they all started going, over there. On the film, I said, everyone in Brentford has a story of where they saw the griffin. and at the end, to say there's only one recording of it, and we turned the camera off, and one of the crew got an umbrella and went from open and close it really quick. And we said, this is the only recording of the beating of its wings. Now, nobody died. The audience, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
We made it up.
And that's how you get the viewers.
Lewis Carroll made up Alice in Wonderland.
No way.
I don't want to break your heart.
Get out of here.
We used to be in the entertainment business. Now we're in the legal business.
All right, Danny, Nick Lowe, you love Nick Lowe, don't you?
Absolutely.
Name your Nick Lowe track.
The greatest Nick Lowe track is I love the sound of breaking glass, just for the moment.
All right, breaking glass, which Marty can't get enough of.
So back to your book.
Thank you.
Now, you said earlier that you've written about loads of stories about different people in it. Mel Brooks, Kenneth Williams, Spike Milligan.
Incidentally, and they still aren't the stars of it, because I hope that my family and my friends are, but yes, of course they're in there.
But the thing is, we've got a limited window here, so pick one, your favourite, and go.
A story, I'd say Mel Brooks, probably you think that's odd. As I say, Bob Dylan's in there as well. Nick Lowe and Bob Dylan is the story, by the way.
You're even in it?
Yeah, I said...
No way, get out of here.
Mel Brooks, and this is the kind of born on the wings of angels, like it's some throw of the dice the gods did with my career, saying he can't actually do anything, but let's just keep him going. I met Mel Brooks for the New Musical Express. I used to write for the NME, and I got fed up of writing about rock stars, so I said, I want to talk to comedians and stuff. Well, don't come much bigger than Mel Brooks. 1981. Now, this is the dumb luck that I have all the time. So I had to meet him at Claridge's, the hotel down here where he's staying. I'm a little bit... I've never been really overawed with anyone, but you're going to meet Mel Brooks, and it's 1981, you know, he's huge. And he was sitting at this table, and Joe Lustig, who was his manager in Britain, said, Mel, he looked up, and I look at Mel Brooks, and he went, this is Danny Baker, and he went, no! And I went, yeah, and he went, you're Danny Baker? Wow! And I thought, well, he does this to everyone. He went, seriously, your name is... Wow! And I've gone, oh, well, man. He went, I can't believe... Has he set you up to this? I said, no. He went, this is Danny Baker, everybody. I thought, this is funny. He said, sit down. So I sat down and he went, do you know the very first thing I ever wrote for television, and everyone hated it? It stunk the place up. Nobody liked it. It was never made apart from one episode. It was called The Private Life of Danny Baker. And I said, really? He went, nobody, I've never met anyone called that. I said, well, but what's with that name? He said, I'll tell you what it is. I never met any Jew called Danny Baker. That is the most Gentile name I could think of. It was the most whack-bread, He said, I can't believe... And me and Mel Brooks got on fantastic after that. If you go on the internet, have a look, put Mel Brooks and my name, and up comes this episode that's still there, and it couldn't...
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. All the description is there, and at the bottom it's got this, and he did it because he couldn't think of a less Jewish name, and he wanted a Gentile.
Brilliant.
And for some reason he thought Danny Baker was it. He'd never met anyone called that, and that is the kind of dumb luck. After that, what are you doing today? We went out to the Natural History Museum, went around art galleries with him. I could never forget you. I met him again about 5 years later, and I thought, well, you know, Mel Brooks, he's made about 5 films in him. Danny Baker!
OK, Danny Baker, here's another name, Mervyn Wilcox.
Oh, Mervyn Wilcox.
Mervyn Wilcox is who?
Mervyn Wilcox was a bank manager who looked after me during years when I wasn't earning a tanner, but I was spending pounds. And Mervyn, letters from him are in the book. He was probably the last twitch of the corpse before banking became faceless and inhuman. And Mervyn used to write me the funniest bank letters about... He wrote a letter to my wife once, because I never put any money in the bank, but I kept spending it. And he sent a letter to Wendy once saying, I'm so sorry Danny's passed on. I'm so sorry. He was a lovely man. The only reason I can think that he has not returned my calls or put any money in the bank the last of it. So, Mervyn, here's to you.
Right, are these stories true? How can we check that this is an invention over honesty? Let's get Mervyn in, shall we? Yes!
Mervyn! Bless you!
Right, Mervyn.
Take a seat, Mervyn.
Sit down.
Sit down.
You put on some pudding.
Oh, shut up. I didn't think I was ever going to get on listening out there.
So, Mervyn, what skill set did Danny help you develop as a bank manager?
I'm not sure there was any, really, apart from perhaps humour.
No, you were great, mate.
And to try and get a word in edgeways.
No, not at all. You held your corner. The letters you sent, I wish I'd kept them all.
Yeah, so do I.
If the banking industry, if the banking industry had an iota of your heart, they wouldn't be the most hated people in Britain. You, my friend, are the way it should have gone.
Yeah.
You were
very much.
Thank you. You were great.
Very nice.
Well, there is no doubt that, Mervyn, you are probably the most understanding bank manager on the entire planet.
Yeah.
But why did you keep lending him money when you just spent it?
Lend it to me.
Well, you could either say it was good money after bad, I've gone with it this far. I might as well go a bit further.
And these letters became biblical.
Yeah, very
So,
biblical.
give us a biblical phrase that you
Well,
give.
I mean, like the bank giveth and the bank
Take
taketh
it away. I used to... I mean, I believed it to the soles of my boots. I used to turn and say... Are you in luck? Man alive, you've got my account. I'm off to Hollywood on Monday. And he would roll his eyes and then 3 weeks later go, I ran into Mr Scorsese. He says he's never heard of you.
However, Mel Brooks, on the other hand...
I can't believe
So
that.
how did you part company? How did these...
Well, as quickly as possible, really. I mean,
Took a while, though, didn't
No,
it?
you were great, mate. You were terrific.
we had good times, but I mean, in those days, you were with a customer for
You
3-5 years, and then you moved on.
I think you quite like, because we used to have meetings, occasionally I think, well, I feel bad, I'll have to go and see him, he's giving me so much money. And and we used to sit there, and I think it was a break for you from the humdrum as well.
Absolutely.
It
No,
was an
very-
adventure.
very much so, yeah.
And it was an adventure. And you, my friend, I've never forgotten you, and I was so pleased not only to put some of your phrases in there, but I found one of your letters to say, look, there was a time when this is how banks operated. Not the kind of illusion we're given. They really, really did. I'm not sure everyone did, and I'm not sure you got away with it.
Not today, I don't think.
No, they don't. But, man, I can't tell how pleased I am. Well done, one.
OK, and
Well, there we are.
I've got to say, in rehearsal, Mervyn did get a lot more words in than that.
Yeah, many more.
Sorry, mate. Well,
Many more.
Have we overrun already?
by the way, you ain't got a score you could give us, could you?
No, not now, no.
Mervyn, thank you very much.
Mervyn.
Pleasure.
Round of applause
Thank
for
you.
Mervyn.
Stick it around, mate. I'll give you a drink
For
after.
tonight and the last 40-odd years in the
Wow.
industry.
Well done. Well done.
So part...
Fantastic.
It wasn't.
It
It's
really
a shock.
was. That's television.
So part 2 of Danny's autobiography, Going Off Alarming, is out in the shops now.
Now, Danny Baker with us. Danny, would it be fair to say that the nadir of your TV career was being replaced by Dale Winton on pet spin prizes?
In the face of stiff opposition, yes, I think so. Being told by a newspaper that, Pet Swim Prizes, the show Strictly could have been. Nobody liked it. I loved it, and yes, and the BBC didn't tell us. I had to find out from the Sunday Mirror, I think, said, how do you feel that Dale Winton has replaced you? And I swallowed something hard and jagged and said, good luck to Dale. Yeah, I loved that show, though.
Well, here's your chance to redeem yourself,
Nah.
because our pets tonight are Indian runner ducks. They're gorgeous, sometimes referred to as penguin ducks. The owner here is Marion from Carmarthen. Marion.
How you doing? Good to see you,
Very
my
good.
friend.
There we are, and you've got Glenn here as well. Now, this has become really popular, hasn't it, herding these little ducks?
Yes, well, the Quackback team, we've, been, I think, about 25 years, been a sheepdog competitor, but
Right.
invited to different events. And we take the ducks along. We keep around 90 at home.
Wow.
But there's about 9 here this evening for you.
OK, we can do this.
All right. So, Danny's going to have a go.
Yeah.
Tips.
4 basic commands to go anti-clockwise for the dog, away, clockwise, by, to stop, stand and walk. If Alex was working the dog, it'd be easy. You've got to have a Welsh accent.
Are you Welsh?
Right.
I am Welsh.
Get out of here.
It's
You wouldn't
unbelievable.
have guessed.
I'm at a disadvantage here,
No
then, aren't I?
way.
All right,
no
so
way.
Danny,
All right.
with the help
Have a
of
chat
Glenn,
with
the
Crook.
Border Collie,
Yeah.
your challenge is to herd all of the ducks into the enclosure over there. Are you ready?
Yeah.
OK, with your crook, 3, 2, 1, off you go.
I'll
Wait.
Away.
Oh, wait.
Away.
Bring round.
Away.
In, boy.
Away.
In, boy.
Away.
In, boy.
Away.
Away. In. No,
Bye.
you
Bye.
dozy dog. They're over
Now,
there.
if he does it too
Bye.
soon...
Here we go. Here we go.
gonna be a minute.
Fellas. Here we go.
Away.
Away. In.
Stand.
In.
Bye.
In. Yeah! Money for Jen.
Come over here!
I knew I could have made it on the farm. And that series was cancelled.
It was cancelled.
That's
Well,
television.
Danny,
Thank
that's
you
a
very
new
much.
skill,
Well
then.
done.
Oh, yeah.
Look what
That's
you've
for the
won.
next book.
Look what you've won. Isn't that gorgeous?
One man and his dog. Look at this. That's
Okay,
beautiful.
was
Thank
that
you,
at all
Mary. Well
reminiscent
done.
of the original Pet Spin Prizes? Do we have the clip? OK, let's have a look at the Lamb National.
Sheep racing on Saturday nights, everyone. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Pick up your props in the middle. Come, Bridget. Bridget, come on.
Very good. Points win pellets for the ducks. I'm just going to feed the ducks.
Go on, then.
You OK with the end of the show?
Yes, I'm fine.
Excellent, perfect.
All right,
Absolutely.
very quickly, Danny. Now, your 2 books
Yes.
so far
Yep.
are going to be made into a film. You're writing them at the minute.
It's an 8-part series on the
Oh, right,
BBC.
OK.
It's an 8-part series. I'm writing with Jeff Pope, who had a hit with Scylla this week. Me and my friend Jeff are writing and adapting the 2 books, yes, for television.
Brilliant. Looking forward to seeing that. Thanks for being with us tonight.
No, couldn't be more happy
You've
to be
been
back in the
marvellous.
saddle. Thank you.
That's all for this week.
All right, Danny, thank yourself.
Hey, thanks, Danny. Volume 2 of Danny's autobiography, Guide Up Alarming, is available now, kids. It's in the heart. You'll enjoy it.
And join us again on Monday. David Morrissey is our guest. And have a great Strictly weekend, isn't it? On tonight at 9 o'clock.
All right, have a great weekend. Bye-bye. See
Bye,
you Monday.
everyone. Bye.